kids is not the answer. Parenting expert Judy Arnall, that is what you have said time and time again. And if any, we can call you a parenting expert for a number of reasons, but I think the biggest one being because you have 5 children.
I do.
Yeah, you certainly do. So you've learned a lot of things over the last, couple of decades, I'm sure. So when you say that's the really thing that you stress upon is that punishing kids isn't the answer. So why is that for starters?
Well, parenting today is all about building relationships. And there are no studies out there that show that punishment enhances those relationships. And it's becoming a little passé in that if you don't punish your partner or your boss or your mother-in-law or neighbor, why do you do it to your kids to get the behavior you want?
So when you talk punishment, what are we referring to? Because I know timeouts have been kind of ex-nate as of late and said, you know, you should be thinking about time-ins. That's something you've been a supporter of.
Exactly. So timeouts, consequences is a big one in the school-age teen years. Taking away privileges, cell phones.
All the things we shouldn't be doing.
Yes.
So then what are we supposed to do? Because if not, then I would think we would just have a world of selfish little humans running around everywhere getting away with murder, practically.
Well, first thing is learning child development. So knowing what to expect, whether it's a discipline issue or a development issue. So if there's a stat out there that 43% of parents think that children have self-control by age 3, when according to brain development, it's age 5. So what to do instead is under 3, you want to redirect, child-proof, and over age 3, you want to problem solve.
So what are some of the instances when you talk about, because one thing you've also mentioned in the book is about if, you know, parents need the self-control, certainly, because if not, how are you going to teach your kids that?
Absolutely. Kids need somebody in control, right? So parents, get a grip first, get a hold of your anger, separate your anger from your discipline, and you make better choices, and then help your child calm down, and then go into problem solving.
So for someone like me who was not born with a ton of patience, and I hope there are many parents at home who can agree with me so I'm not alone, what do you suggest to parents with like that, like me?
Not many people are born with a ton of patience.
Good.
So it's an acquired skill. So it's just taking a breather, just going somewhere to
giving yourself a timeout, basically?
Absolutely. Yeah. We teach kids that valuable life skill of timeout by modeling it ourselves. So going into the bathroom, screaming into the toilet.
I like that.
Yelling
write that one down.
at the wall instead of your children. So just taking little baby steps every day to get rid of your anger and then deal with the situation.
So we've heard about the helicopter parents before and tiger moms. There's all these labels for parents nowadays. So you talk about submarine parenting. So what's that? So
submarine parenting is looking at what's happening with the child underneath the behavior, right? So it's like kids are like icebergs. The tip is the behavior, but going underneath and looking at what do they need, what are they feeling, and addressing that.
So as a mother of 5, what have you learned? What's your biggest lesson that you've learned? Putting you on the spot here.
My biggest lesson is I stopped all punishments when my oldest child was 10. So I got through the teen
Was that
years.
a big shock? Like all of a sudden mom wasn't saying no more, you know, no to this and that? And
it's a process, right? So you drop a few things along the way as you see they're not working. And my kids today say that was a really good thing. They really feel like they were treated like people. Human beings.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Well, thank you so much, Judy. If you want to hear more from Judy, we've got that Parenting with Patience book, and then also she'll be at the Mom, Pop, and Tots Fair with, she'll be speaking at 11:30 today and then 2 o'clock tomorrow. Head to our website at breakfasttelevision.ca. I've learned so much this morning. Okay, it seems doable. Thank you very much, Judy.
Thank you.
Breakfast Television continues at the top of the clock with news, weather, and traffic.